does this past week rank in your career?
I think it's up in the top. We could never imagine the I don't know what the crowd gave us and the fans and everyone has given us the last week. It's we didn't expect it. When we came out, we thought it was just a good chance of playing a few games in front of our home fans, and but the way it's ended and how the fans came out and what they've done for us, that was incredible.
People of Edmonton showing you some love.
Yeah, no, that was really classy. Something we'll remember for sure. The team too, I think, got a chance to meet them before the game and shake hands with them afterwards. And like you said, the fans were really respectful and yeah, it was great.
To have your children on the bench Saturday, I don't think I've ever seen something like that. I know you let your emotions finally go. To have them there, and was there any shootout tips going on there before the shot?
My son is just score. It's easy. No, it was great to see them come out. It was a surprise to us, but it meant so much, and something we'll remember, and they will too. So that was it was the perfect ending.
I think originally you suggested that you'd make the decision or make the announcement after the season, possibly. What changed your mind? Who changed your mind? And are you glad that you did announce it when you did?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we thought in October that we were going to be as sure as we was about the decision. And when we talked to people in this organization, they asked if it had crossed our mind to maybe do it a little bit earlier. There was talk about doing it before our last homestand, but we thought it was going to be too long of a 5 games is a long time to keep talking about this. So we thought 2 games left was going to be good. And it, like I said, it really was way better than we thought it's going to be. So it's something we'll remember for the rest of our lives, and it really made us feel like we made the right decision.
Can you remind us the time frame where it just absolutely became clear to you guys that you were okay with the decision? And did you wake up one day and come to it and say, okay, it's ready to go?
Like we said on Monday, I think it's been ongoing throughout the year. I think we started talking in November, probably last year too a little bit, but in November when we started going on those road trips, we started discussing a little bit back and forth, and like I said, Christmas came, family was here. Then before the deadline, we sat down with Jim and talked to him, and I think during that time, I think we were pretty sure that that was going to be the decision. And then as it got closer to, we felt more and more comfortable with leaving. So yeah, it's been a good conversation back and forth with Jim and Trevor, and it's never been hard.
You've been a big part of the leadership role for so long here. How do you see it evolving next year? Who do you see as being the leaders of this hockey team? And should there be one person wearing the C next year, and who would it be?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm not going to throw any names out there. It's up to the coaches and management, I guess, to figure that out. But it's there's a lot of guys. I mean, it's not only me and Daniel who's been around for a long time. You got like Satsi and Alex and Tanman and like a lot of guys. Dorsett has come in this year, and Sam Gagner, same thing. So, and then you got like younger guys like Bo and those guys that they're coming up. So it's we'll see. It's only April now, so they have a long time until training camp starts to figure that out.
One of your about what have you think? Was there any ever thought what have you wanted to say and then retire?
No. No.
Was it easier to make the decision because you were making it together? You didn't have to try to make a decision on your own?
Well, it could have been harder too if one guy wanted to keep playing, but I think we've been on the same page from day one. I think it's been pretty clear.
I think we saw Saturday night with the kids on the bench what family means to you. At the outset, even going back to your Players Tribune article before training camp started, you talked about a lot of things, then you mentioned family. But as the year went on, family got moved up in the conversation to a point where it's the first thing that you referenced. Now it's about probably, getting to soccer games that you didn't get to. You probably came home from the rink and the kids were playing, or you'd come home from a game at night and they're already in bed. I mean, as it went on, it became how much of a bigger deal is that part of it?
Yeah,
became?
no,
Family part?
it became the biggest deal for sure. Like I said, road trips have always been tough. But I think once you're on the road, you can't really do anything. You're away. But even like I said this year, going to home games, it's been tough because they come home from school and we leave and we get home and they're in bed already. So it's we missed a lot, and I think you realize that as you get older.
Follow-up question. One of your last things that you did on Saturday night, usually somebody has a great game, they get something, they get the puck or whatever. Derek Dorsett, to my understanding, got the game puck. Obviously, a lot of that had to do with him not going out on his terms like you have. Can you take us through what was the thought pattern there, giving Dorsett the game puck?
Yeah, like you said, that was the main reason. We were leaving on our own terms, and there's a guy that's battled his whole life to get to this league, and he plays a lot of games, but he has to finish before he wants to finish, and that's tough to see, and that's why we wanted to give him something. But I mean, it wasn't a lot, but it's something we could do.
You guys accomplished so much in your careers, and so much of it's measurable: goals and assists, gold medals, playoff wins, all those types of things. But such a big part of your story is durability. What did that mean to you? You had the Ironman streak, obviously. I mean, you missed just the one game this year. What did it mean to be able, when you look around the room and see how many guys were banged up and out of the lineup all the time, and to be able to be there night in and night out to help the hockey club?
It means a lot. I mean, that's what I said when we announced it. It's the one thing that we hated the most was to miss practice or games. It never felt right to not be on the ice when other guys were on the ice, and that's something we've taken a lot of pride in throughout the years. And we've been very fortunate. I mean, there's a lot of injuries that you can't really do anything about, but it's to only miss that amount of games. That's something we look back at, and I think we're proud of.
Do you think that makes the decision? Did it factor in at all? Like if you both had been banged up and only played half of the season and wondered, what do we have left? You know, do we want to come back and, you know, try to prove something? You missed one game combined this year. Does that sort of make the decision that much easier?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's if you're, like you said, if you only play 40 games this year, then even if you had a bad year, I think it would have been tougher to leave, because it's almost like you're like, okay, we want to show that we can still play. But when we got the chance to play a lot and more minutes, and we start producing more and at a good rate, I think it made the decision easier as well.
Do you know how you did it? Like, do you have any tips on what allowed you to play all those games? And
I always believe that I think the work you put in during the summertime is what keeps it going during the season. It's tough to do a lot during the season because you practice and play so much. I mean, you do little things, but I think like I said, all the work you put in the summertime, that's always been important to us, and I think that that's carried over into seasons too. But like Henrik said, we've been lucky too, because there are a lot of freak injuries that you can't really do much about. But yeah, we've been both lucky and like I said, we worked hard in the summer.
And on the C, Henrik, you saw with Luongo, there was kind of mixed results here. What do you think are the attributes that a player needs to have to be a captain in Vancouver?
Yeah, that's tough. I said when I got to C, I said, like, I don't think it matters who really gets to C. Like, it's an honor. It's something. I was really honored to get it, but at the same time, there's so many guys in there that are doing the day-to-day work of being leaders, and so who wears the C it's big for fans and media, but in there it shouldn't be a big deal, and it hasn't been for us, and so there's a lot of good options in there. I think you have to be able to stand up and be honest. There's people understand the game in the city. They know what's going on, and I'm sure they'd be mad at us when we said that we've played a good game even though we lost 5-2. But that's been our feeling, and it's not going to go over well every game. But we've tried to be honest, and that's I think what you have to try to be.
Guys, Coach Alain Vigneault was on the radio last week saying on a nightly basis he was hardest on you two, and he had to be that way for examples. He said that most of the time you guys totally understood that. Sometimes you weren't super happy with him, but over your time here with all the coaches that you had, who was the toughest on you? Who, maybe it's not fair to ask who's the best coach, but maybe who had the biggest impression?
Well, toughest was Crawford for sure, but we were always also the worst player during this time here, so that might be a reason why. They've all been tough in different levels. I mean, it's Crawford was extremely hard on us, but he was also hard on other guys. But I think that made us a lot better because we were able to take criticism from other coaches later on, or media and even fans, because it's. So I think he helped us that way. After that, I mean, I think it's really changed the last couple of years because I think there's not a lot of coaches that's old school right now where they come in and they really bear guys or they embarrass guys because it's a different and I think that's all over society. It's not like it used to be 15, 20 years ago. So it's tough to compare coaches that way.
After the last game here, Daniel, you addressed the crowd and then you said you hope that they support the team moving forward. You thought it's going to be a good team. We asked Travis earlier, and it's hard to put a time frame on when this team can get back to the playoffs on a regular basis. What did you guys see this year, and what gives you hope that this is a team that maybe is not that far from getting back?
I see a great coaching staff. That's a good start. I think Travis is building a culture here, a good system. I think we had a lot of fun this year. I think we're playing the way you need to play to be successful in this league right now. It's a fast league. You have to get your Ds involved, and I think the young guys are going to get better too. And as they get better, I think it's going to show why this system is going to work for us. And there's a lot of good pieces. I think as they get older, they're going to get better, and the team will be a lot better too.
Same way, Henrik?
Yeah, I do, but it's. I mean, they need to get better. I mean, they need to. You need the young guys to turn out the way you hope they will, and then add some pieces around them to help them too. So it's you cannot only bring in young guys every year and hope it's going to work out. So but again, it's not up to us to make the decision. But they have the pieces here to be successful.
Bo is a guy that comes to the top of the list in terms of the conversation about who might succeed you as the captain. And I know you won't want to put a lot of pressure or focus on him, but what have you seen from him as a young player who came into the league a few years ago, has grown as a person to get to the point where he's considered in that conversation right now? And he may not be the captain tomorrow or next year, but do you see some of the qualities in him that could make a good captain at some point in his career? Yeah,
I think he's been the same from day one. He's very calm, even keel kind of guy. Like he doesn't get too high or too low, and that's pretty much all you want to see from a young guy at his stage. So he's shown that, and he's a great guy. I mean, we both love him as a player and as a person as well. So, but again, he's young, and we'll see what the management, the coaches want to do. It's not up to us. But he, as a young guy, we're impressed with him for sure.
You guys, after 20 years here, pretty much in Vancouver, and so much of your life given to the sport of hockey, obviously you're going to exhale, take a step away. I asked Trevor Lind if there'd ever be a spot for you in the organization. He said, first off, he wasn't sure if you'd be able to accept the pay cut. But then he said it's something that he'd bridge with you in a few weeks' time. Would you think about returning to the game in either a coaching role, a managerial role, or some front office role? Was that something that would interest you, and have you thought about that, or would you?
Yeah, I think, like I said before, if you asked us 5 years ago, we probably would have said no. But I think there's for sure something we consider. I think we have a lot of knowledge. We've been around so many players, so many coaches, management, and I think we do have some knowledge. But like we said too, there's a time for that too. I think first off, we're gonna spend a lot of time with family, and then we'll see what happens.
Do either of you have any particular interests in that regard, whether it be coaching or management or scouting?
President. No, I don't know. It's like Danny said, it has to be a good fit. It's right now our focus is on spending time with our families and get some time off, and then when the time comes and they ask us or we're interested, then we'll see.
We talked on Thursday.
Choose another profession while you do it together. Is there any chance that you'll work separately?
For sure. I mean, you never know. Like we've been hockey players our whole lives, and that's something that we've done together. But after this, we'll see. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be opportunities for both of us, or only Daniel, maybe. I mean, who knows? Or for me. So we'll see. I'm sure we'll talk about it when the time comes.
We talked at
Even as early as training camp this year, Daniel, last week you were saying that you're interested in how it's going to progress this year. Would you even come back just to give some advice or help out some of the younger kids?
I don't think so. I think it's when you step away from the team. I think it's. I don't think you should be around that much. It's new guys coming in, and it's their team. So, but I'm sure they'll come down and see the guys or go out for lunch and stuff. But we won't be around that much. I don't think it's.
Do you anticipate even watching the games from afar? Like, are you going to take a step back that far? Or are you
No.
gonna keep watching?
Yeah, I mean we have so many friends on this team. I mean, so we'll watch those games for sure, and we'll be cheering hard for them. So it's going to be a lot of fun just watching on TV or even coming down here and watch a few games. So we're looking forward to.
Thursday postgame about what you're looking forward to most in retirement. You guys talked about maybe the freedom to do certain activities. Have you been fitted for skis and ski boots yet?
Our teammates gave us a gift last night, and
Yeah.
that was for us to be able to buy some ski gear. So that was very nice.
Henrik, did you hear that Daniel wants to run a marathon? Are you going to join him in that respect?
I'll beat him.
And Daniel, would you make yourself available for any national teams? I know the World Championships doesn't sound like that's in the cards, but moving forward, would you consider still playing, representing Sweden?
No, we talked to even the last few years. We talked to the coaches, and that's never been an option the last few years. I think we had a perfect ending there too with winning the goal in Stockholm there, and they've been real understanding. As you get older too, I think you need some time away from hockey after the seasons, and they've been really understanding. So it's been awesome.
Guys, we're going to wrap it up there. There's another group of players ready to come to the table.
Guys, on behalf of everybody in this room, I think I just want to say thank you absolutely for 2 decades of your candor and availability, and congratulations.
Thank you so much.